Welcome back, everyone. I hope the last month has treated you as well as possible. This week, like many of my weeks, was a mashup of PhD, work, and other life stuff. On the school/work side, I had writing group, a work presentation, and lots of grading. And on the life end, there was some mundane stuff like cleaning my office and laundry, but I also got to head to New York for the weekend because it was one of my good friends' engagement party. It was a busy week and I definitely felt the overwhelm hit at times, but I think I'm also just very grateful that my life feels full in mostly positive ways right now. I hope you enjoy this peek into a week in my life as a PhD student. Taking a new path today. Well, it's not really new, but it's just off my usual one because there's some construction going on the usual path. But this is good, I think, because it splits the hills a little more. Also, thank goodness it's sunny today. I am feeling good, feeling positive about today. It is lunchtime. This is when people will eat lunch, have coffee, and just kind of take a break. But I'm staying in because I need to work on this paragraph and get a rough draft ready for my committee member because I'm meeting with her at 2:30. Walking back now, it was a productive writing group. I was able to get a draft of my conference proposal paragraph done. I had a meeting with my committee member that went well and got some feedback from the group too. And I found out about 2 more things that I think I'm going to apply to.
Sideways into your hands, then exhale through your mouth as your ribs close in and down towards your hips. Feeling a beautiful stretch through the lift, then tap to the left and lift. So nice big rainbow leg.
Hello everyone. I'm having a flashback to my comps video. I feel like I started the video like this. I finished my Pilates workout. I'm glad I did it. Now I'm going to grade 3 papers and start my timesheets. And then I'm gonna go to bed because it's like 10:30. Pretty sure my glasses are fogging up. So the short story of all this is I am already TAing for a class. However, we're looking for a grader, which is basically a non-student facing position. You get paid about, I'm gonna say 60 to 70% of a typical TA position to grade. But basically that means that you don't have to attend lecture, you don't have to hold discussion section if that's part of the class, and you are literally just grading papers. On one hand, this is really convenient because it's slightly less time, but on the other hand, it does feel a bit like you're kind of disconnected from the class and the students because you're not seeing them in person. I did it because I got asked to. You're just seeing right now like a backlog because I didn't start the position until like a couple weeks into the semester. It is bigger, but on the flip side, there's a lot of people on the teaching team. So I'm actually only having to grade for 20 students. Anyway, okay, I have 11 left to grade. Happy to report that I did finish my grading goal and my timesheet starting goal. Anyway, let me do my end of the day tidy and go to bed. Productively procrastinated for the last 2 hours. We're gonna finally sit down and do some work. Not gonna lie, having a kitchen table is actually very nice, which maybe seems like common sense, but this is very nice. I definitely want to rearrange the kitchen a little bit because it feels a bit tight, but I'm very happy to have a kitchen table. Today feels like it's getting away from me a little bit. I was able to focus and get some work done, so that was good. Had my meeting with my professor. I need to actually eat fast-ish because I have to leave at 12:30 because I'm meeting one of my colleagues, a first-year student on campus. I try to do this every year. Basically, any new student that comes into the concentration I'm in, I like to reach out to them and just see if they want to meet and see if they have like questions about the program, PhD, work, all that stuff. I'm starting to feel a little overwhelmed just for my dissertation work because there's actually 3 conferences that I'm debating submitting for, and I need to get my quantitative butt in order. There's just like so many things I want to try and do, and I feel like maybe I'm not good at managing that right now. I don't know. It's hard for me to tell because I actually kind of feel like I am on top of things, but it's the constantness of staying on top of things that feels really tiring, if that makes sense.
Definitely need to go on a run earlier. Y'all, it's a good thing I left early because Google Maps took me through a cemetery and I entered one area, but the gate that it was supposed to let me out on the other side was locked. So now I'm wandering around trying to get out. Oh my gosh. I think I see an exit though, because I see cars. So fingers crossed.
Kevin, Emily, late as ever.
Saving my life.
The nice little refresher for you.
Yeah.
I'm back home. It is late again. It's like 11:38 p.m. I just finished grading this round of papers, but of course I have to finish grading the weekly reflections for this past week, ideally before Friday, and then I also have grading to do for my TA class. So there's a lot of grading in the next couple of weeks for me, but that's okay. And I definitely want to like stay on top of it because it's one of those things that if you don't do it consistently, it piles up so fast. I'm so tired. I think I'm just gonna try and go to shower and go to bed. Tomorrow will be a more chill day, which is good because I need to get ready for my trip to New York. I just want to sleep.
Good morning. It's 10:23 now. I'm having a little bit of trouble focusing today. I'm like tired and just a little disoriented. I'm definitely gonna submit my conference proposal today because I got feedback from my committee member. And I'm going to also start grading the weekly responses for my class. Did get some good news though, which is that the weekly reflections for the next 2 weeks, students are getting a pass on, so we don't actually have to grade those. So it'll just give me a little bit of breathing room. I can't tell if these shots at my desk are going to get boring because, well, I'm gonna be here a lot. Less research explored Asian American identity as a predictor of linked fate with other racial groups. Using survey data from the 2016 National Asian American Survey and the 2016 Collaborative Multiracial Post-Selection Survey. My gosh, got my book. I'm so excited. I was a little worried that this package got lost. I was just confused because it said it had been delivered, but then I wasn't there. This is the book. This is probably very niche, but if you're familiar with racial triangulation theory, she's the one who came up with it. I have another book by her, Bitter Fruit, from the library. This one is about, I think, specifically Black and Korean relations in LA. She's revisiting racial triangulation theory because she basically kind of no longer agrees with the model. It says, where do Asian Americans fit into the US racial order? Are they subordinated comparably to Black people, permitted adjacency to whiteness, the racial reckoning prompted by the police murder of George Floyd, and the surge in anti-Asian hate during the COVID-19 pandemic raise these questions with new urgency? It's so funny because I feel like feels like what I say when I talk about my research. Asian Americans in an Anti-Black World is a groundbreaking study that will shake up scholarly and popular thinking on these matters. Theoretically innovative and based on rigorous historical research, this provocative book tells us what we must consider both anti-Blackness and white supremacy and the articulation of the two forces in order to understand US racial dynamics. I would also add colorism, but obviously for simplicity's sake, even though this is already not simple, but the construction of Asian Americans as not white, but above all not Black, has determined their positionality for nearly 2 centuries. How Asian Americans choose to respond to this status will help to define racial politics in the US in the 21st century, which I do agree with. She is a legal scholar. I think she has her JD. She's a legal scholar, more of like a historical lens. And mine are obviously, I think like my research is a little bit more focused on the present moment and like relations. This is obviously going to be super helpful in thinking about that. This was also $40. So that was another reason why when it didn't show up, I was like, I paid $40 for this book. I'm excited to read it. And let me submit this freaking conference proposal. I made it. It was an early train, 6 a.m. Woke up at 4. Now I'm waiting at Penn Station for the Long Island Railroad. Hello, I had a blowout today. You can't tell because it's up, obviously. I'm just trying to preserve it. It's about 9:30. Everyone else has gone to sleep / turned in for the evening because we have kind of an early day tomorrow. But I am here doing some grading because I know that this is gonna stress me out. Like I'm looking at the beginning of next week and I'm stressed at the number of things that are due. So I'm just trying to get this taken care of.